All right. We're being live streamed.
Hey, hey, how's it going?
Good. So you're in a hotel with crappy internet. Let's just put it out there on Front Street, Lisa.
This,
You're in the States though. Welcome.
oh boy, here we go. Um, I may have just totally screwed this up.
Well, we're live, so I hope everyone's seeing this. And now you're frozen. Oh my dear God.
We have you're frozen too. Should we just give up?
Yes. No. I mean, this is classic, right? Like we'll keep trying
We're
until it gets super annoying.
we're here to talk about why not to stress over rising rates, stress over terrible internet instead.
I'm much more stressed over the internet right now than I am over interest rates. Yeah. I remember this. This reminded like when we came back for home leave after the
It's
Netherlands.
crazy.
We stayed in a hotel for a month and I was doing meetings with you in like the lobby of the hotel, hotspotting off my phone because I couldn't get godforsaken internet in the year of 2022 in my hotel room in Bethesda, Maryland. So like it's ridiculous. Got to go back to Sri
Yeah,
Lanka to
I
get better
am
connectivity.
getting absolutely crazy.
What are you going to do? Let's try to talk interest rates until this whole thing just shuts down. What do you say?
Yes, and let's hashtag imperfection.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Let's do that. Whatever hashtags do, let's definitely do that to the word imperfection because that's your word of the year and obviously our video buzzword tonight.
It's a good one. So, bottom line, don't stress too much over rising rate. Stressful, and we all feel it a little bit. And we've got to figure out a way to make this work. Some things won't work with it, but other things will work with higher rates. We look for those things that will work. We
Hmm.
count on interest rates coming down again in a few years, opportunities to refinance.
Yep.
What else, Tim?
All of the above. I mean, we have several clients under contract right now at 6+% interest, and it's still working. It makes our life a little bit more challenging. We just have to do a little bit more research and potentially find different markets, different neighborhoods, different products. I mean, it's just one of those things that you and I always say, like, people have always done some sort of form of real estate investing, back to feudal England. Like, it's always been a way to build wealth. And people make it work through thick and thin, through ups and downs, through higher interest rates, lower interest rates, and what have you. You just got to get a little bit more diligent. Um, so I think, yeah, to try to keep it short before your internet explodes, I think the moral of the story is don't be scared. Run your numbers differently. I mean, it's all arithmetic. It's all math. Like, just change your spreadsheets. We've changed our spreadsheets from like 3.5 to 6.5, because that's what it's going to be. And the Fed's raising interest rates again this week. So like, who knows? We could be at 7 or 8 soon. You just don't know. But I think it goes back to kind of dollar cost averaging. Like your husband John would be proud of us for saying, invest when the market's up, invest when the market's down. Just don't stop investing, and it'll balance out over the long haul. It's kind of the same with real estate. I'm looking to do a big 1031 and purchase 3 properties in a month or so. So
Yep.
yeah, sky's not
Yeah.
falling. Just
This
change your tactics.
this guy's not falling. And know that you're not going to cash flow as much as you would have 6 months ago. You might want to consider saving up a little more for your down payment, because if you put 25% down on a single family, that might bring your interest rate down a little bit. So you have to figure out the balance. Is it worth putting a little extra cash into the property to bring rate down a little bit, or is that not worth it? Um, and so there's some ways to adjust it. Plan for refinancing down the road. Very good chance, very, very good chance that interest rates again will come down in a few
Hmm.
years. And even at 6 and 7%, that still stays within what we say like historically low when you look at the overall history of interest rates. So
Yeah.
again, various perspectives to keep when you're thinking about these rising rates.
For sure. And when you said, I mean, you mentioned 6 to 7%. Let's look at inflation right now. Inflation's at, close to 8%, if not over 8%, as of last time I checked. So if you're putting money in and borrowing it at 6.5, 7%, that's still really good. As long as you put it into an asset that's going to appreciate and hold, at least hold its value over the long haul,
Right.
which if you're in a market that's not declining and people aren't fleeing from, it's most likely going to do. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but like a lot of this stuff is as close to guaranteed as possible if you just look at the long enough history of it. Um, so I think, my mindset has personally shifted from increasing cash flow, getting to like that number currently to just putting money that I have in a safe place that is over the long haul going to add to my net worth. Um, if it's not immediate in the form of cash flow at, $500 a door, like we used to look for, like that's not going to happen. But like, it's still a good investment.
Yeah. Well, we could keep talking about this, and yet I think we've really hit on the highlights. And so we're going to keep it short and sweet because
Mhm.
Tim has to get ready for a multi-day bike trip.
Let's just talk about biking instead. Who's
Yes.
with me?
Hashtag cycle.
Yeah. No, I am excited. I am going to be off the grid for a few days riding from Cumberland back to Georgetown. Getting on the old Amtrak, taking the train up there tomorrow and riding back with a couple buddies down the C&O
Awesome.
Canal. So I'm
That's
very
gonna be
excited.
awesome.
Bike is
Have
ready.
it.
Just got to put a couple finishing touches on. We'll see what happens.
Make sure you take care of your bike and get it really ready so that you
Yeah,
can make it all the way back.
that's the key.
You've got your spare tubes and tools with you.
Duct tape and zip ties. That's all you need on bike packing. Duct tape and zip ties.
Perfect.
That's been my
Perfect.
experience. Yep.
If you have any questions about any of this or any of your investing, please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to connect.
Yes. And someone call Lisa's Hotel and tell them that their internet's terrible and they need to do something about it. It's 2022, for God's sake.
Thank you for bearing with us with our imperfection and crazy technology.
I love it.